There you
Okay,
go.
recording in progress. Okay,
All right, good job.
Mike Tyrone, could you start and then?
Yeah. So basically, to want to be thank you for everyone for coming on Memorial Day. We want to keep this as simple as could be. So just like last time, Ben, I'm going to write down, sort of sketch out just a couple of pages that we'll need for now the one-day movement, and we'll do exactly what we did last year, where we send it to you. I think it's great that Ben Lamb is on the phone, and also the others, because instead of having a separate website, onedaymovement.org or one day 2020, what we'd like to do this year is just have a banner on the opcare.org, and just have you click that, and then that's where we would have the information for the one day movement. So we don't want a separate website like we did last year. We're going to drive everybody to opcare.org, and then we'll just have you design the one day movement pieces, which will be a call to action. So we'll go through all the suggestions that Susie has and I have. I'll sketch them up just like last year, show them to Ben Lamb in advance, and then once he goes thumbs up, then we'll send them to you. We're going to want to do the same thing, by the way. That's good that you're on, Matthew. You're going to want to, on susiejennings.org, we're going to want to have a link there to the one day movement page, so that all three websites, but the main website we want to drive people to is opcare.org. And we're just seeing that there's people get confused if we have all these different places to go. Our Operation Care International Facebook page has almost 20,000 followers and people that like it. For instance, our one day page only has about 1,000. So I just think it's smarter. Let's drive everybody to one place, keep it simple. And we will send you, Ben, I can sketch that up to you and send you. But it's now called One Day Movement. So that's important. And I don't know, I need your guys' advice. What should we do with One Day 2020? What do you guys normally do when something like this happens? Do you just shut that site down, or that's above my?
You can just redirect. Right?
Okay.
Ben, do you agree with that? Just redirect.
Or what we can do is, what I'm thinking is, the first question I had was, what is your like long-term vision or a five-year vision? I think that is what Chris had mentioned in an email also. So based on that, we can kind of see what we can do to make this more like one big website where we can have all the information in one place. But to answer the question about what can we do with 2020, we can have something like a drop down for the past year, or like an archive, where if somebody is trying to look into what's happening in the future, and also they want to know what have this organization done in the past, so you can have something like an archive where they can go and check. You can have some image gallery where all the events would have happened. So that could be an inspiration or some kind of information that will have some history to what you have been doing in the past.
Okay, yeah, that's good. So the 5-year vision is to now move it to what's called the one day movement, and it's basically the exact same vision of One Day 2020, except there'll be a couple of call to actions. One is that somebody would sign up to be an outreach partner. That's eventually we want all 50 states to be doing that. So that would be just like we did last time. Somebody would sign up to be a partner. They could be a prayer partner. Churches can be prayer partners, things of that nature. So I could type out what the 5-year goal is, but it's going to be we want to make it much more user-friendly and simple, just real simple. Hey, I want to be a prayer partner. I want to be an outreach partner. I want to be this. And we want to really just keep it super, super simple. So when I go to oneday2020.org now, it's got a whole bunch of things that we won't need anymore. We're not sure if we're going to be giving cities funds. Last year, that was a big piece to it, that every city that joined, we were given $10,000 to. We're still working out what we're going to do, whether we just give them shoes, whether we partner together with shoes. So we just want to say, do you want to join the movement? If they say yes, then we get in contact with them. And they can join it many different ways: prayers, outreach. So that is the one day movement. Will have stuff, our celebration from last year. The one day movement will have the videos of the 46 countries and 23 states that were participated last year. So all those could be little banners like history, background, about us, what the mission is, vision. So just like last year, I'll actually create the page. Now that we did this one time, I know, like, draw it out, send it to you, but it's only going to be a couple of pages, and we're going to keep it super, super simple. And I think the news flash is we just want it to be under the flagship of opcare.org. So when Susie's on TBN or I'm on a show, from now on, we're going to drive people, go to opcare.org to learn more about the one day movement. Whereas last year we would say, go to oneday2020.org. So there's a major shift that Ben, CC, myself, and everyone else, Susie, we all believe that's a smarter move. People would ask me, Mike, are you with Operation Care International, or are you with One Day 2020? So that's why I realized we were really having an issue with this. People thought they were two separate entities. So that's sort of what we wanted to say today. And I don't want to waste anybody's time. We will create the pages on paper for you, write them out. It'll only be a couple, but it will be under opcare.org. And what else would you guys want to add to that? And we do the same thing, by the way, on susiejennings.org. We will link to that too, because I think all three sites should have the one day movement link to it. My apologies if link's not the right word. I'm talking about a banner on the opcare.org site that would bring you to the one day movement information.
That makes sense to me, Mike.
Okay, great. And that's really all I wanted to say today, except we'll go through it and create the pages. We're going to simplify it. Part of the reason we've had to wait, thinking, why are we waiting? We're not sure what the call to action is for cities. As far as last year, we knew, hey, if you were a partner city, then we would have them sign a partnership agreement. We would give each city $10,000. All of that is still being ironed out, and we don't know. So that's the reason that there's sort of this, we just want to keep it real simple. We want to tell them what it's about. If they want to be a partner, they could sign up, and then we will work with them. The call to action is to contact me, to contact Operation Care, and then we talk about how they become a partner with us. Because a partner this year could be that we give them 1,000 shoes to give away, or 500 shoes to give away. So we're not sure what that's going to look like. But our goal is still the same. We still want to increase the number of cities. Last year we had 46 countries and 23 states. And this year we'd love to uptick that. I think the goal is 35. By the year 2022, we'd like to have all 50 states. So it won't be One Day 2021, One Day 22. It won't go that way. It'll just be now the one Operation Care International's one day movement. And by the way, we're open to any suggestions on what I'm trying to do is make it so simple, that it's not a confusing thing.
So Mike, if I might jump in here, excuse me if I'm speaking out of turn, but I just want to clarify because I'm taking notes here. You're going to have two calls to action. You're going to have one for churches, prayer partners, and you're going to have a second one, which is TBD, but right now would be contact you for more info, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
So so we had 23 partners that did the work last December, but we only funded 9 states. We funded 10 states for 10,000 apiece, but Orlando returned the 10,000 because they could not do it because of pandemic. So that was actually pretty honest of them to do that. Because they could not do it. They could not do the work. So so yes, what Mike said, we are still in the planning stage. We're in we provide the shoes or we give some money, and it's still like a $10,000. But how do we do it? Either we just give them send the shoes to them and give just a small amount of money, or give them, I think that's the plan right now. Shoes, part money. With the international part, it still would be money because there's no way we could give them shoes. We could not ship any shoes to the Philippines, to India, nothing. This happened before wherein it was a big trouble. We sent 25,000 shoes to the Philippines. We ended up paying $10,000 just to get the shoes. And you know what? We were not even able to get the shoes. We paid 10,000 and only few shoes went to the people. So yeah, that's not gonna happen. We're still gonna give money for the international part, but for the 50 states, we have to probably send some shoes, and then part money we're the one in controlling the shoes, and we're the one controlling the number of people, because like last year, the experience we had, we sent $10,000, but some did not really do what they were supposed to do. Some only did it with few number of people, or some did it with more number of people. And so we didn't know, because that was our first thing. So we learned. And with regards to international, what we did with 11 countries that we are a part of, we sent the money to them. And that's depending on the number of children that they are going to serve. But it's up to 10,000. Goal is still 10,000 per country. But America will be the that's still in the making right now. It's in the planning stage. Is that
Yep. So for the purpose of the website, we'll tell people to get in touch with us, and that's when we'll tell them how they could be a partner. I mean, it's possible they just might be a partner and say, hey, I'll do an outreach, and I'm going to be a part of this. The two things we require is that they'll share the gospel, evangelism, and they'll give shoes out, wash feet, foot washing. So those are the two requirements, especially internationally. And the states that did it with us last year, they know a little bit about already what we do. So they'll probably come back. So when we don't know that we have the funds, we can't promise, and we can't have them sign a partnership agreement. So it has to just really be, hey, we're moving forward on this, but contact us to be if you're a city, if you're a church, if you're a rescue mission, and you want to be a part of the One Day Movement, go to opcare.org to learn more. That's it. And that page would be to contact me, and then we will work it out. So we just want to build our city list in that method. And so there's really just a couple banners. One is history, what we did last year, despite the pandemic. 46 countries, 23 states did it. We have our celebration page where you have all the speakers, and then we have all the videos that came in from all over the country. So all of this stuff we already have. We just need to put it all together. Of course, there'll be a page about Susie and the vision, and so that's where we're at. So I guess the big news flash is that it's now called onedaymovement.org, and it's going to be under the umbrella of opcare.org. So does that sort of make sense?
Makes
Hello.
sense to me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Ben?
Yeah, that's. I think we still didn't really answer the question that we had initially. What do we do with the One Day 2020 website? Do you want to just shut it down, or do you want to redirect it automatically to a redirect? Because I think the domain is still active for probably at least another year. I think. I don't know
let's look at it. Shutting it down means I could still look at it, right? I mean, I'll still be able to see it and pick things off of it we might want to use, or does it mean it goes away?
Well, I mean, you have access to the files and everything, but I think you probably want to make a decision on what you want to do with that website.
Oh yeah, we don't
that
want
one goes live. You want so if someone,
we don't.
If someone types in One Day 2020, right? What happened? You want to just go to like, oh, this is no longer. They just get an error message, from the browser, or
maybe it doesn't hurt us to keep it up there. It's just that all of our branding and marketing now will be One Day Movement. Our hashtags will be One Day Movement, and maybe we phase it out over time. Maybe it's important to keep it up.
Or you can put something else and say, One Day 2020 is now One Day
One Day Movement.
right?
Yes. That's what we do.
I like it.
I like it. Good.
Yes,
See?
yes, that would be, yeah, it's now called One Day 2020 is now called One Day Movement.
Yes. Yes.
And then they can click to go ahead and redirect to the
Yes.
OpCare website.
That's it.
Uh,
That's
To
it.
the page of the OpCare website. So it'll take you to
Yep.
the right page inside
Yep.
OpCare.
Yep. Are you guys, do you guys like that idea that it's under the umbrella of the OpCare? Like we drive everybody to opcare.org because Operation Care International is really the top.
the mother.
Yes,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
good.
think that makes sense. And also, Mike, as you mentioned, there are multiple followers for that particular thing in Facebook, right?
Right. Yeah,
So
20,000.
the traction is going to be more when you have followers for that particular website, because there are so many things that is happening. And if for that particular website, when we have followers, so it's streamlined to one thing rather than multiple things.
Yes, love that. Yes. So I think it obviously needs to be prominent on the opcare.org front page, that it's easy to see it immediately, then click and go to it. But that's the place it should be. And I think I love the idea of building towards that. And I learned that with social media. It was easier to build one real strong site than to try to drive people to different places. When people were registering to come to One Day 2020 to come and actually see it, they were confused on which website to go to. So it was really, matter of fact, some people that have been with Operation Care for 10, 15, 20 years never went to oneday2020.org. They would just immediately go to OpCare, and then they would say, where is this thing? Where do you register? And so anyhow, I think that's what caused us to think differently about it. And I feel at peace. I think it's going to make it better.
I
So
might make a suggestion. Go ahead, Susie. Sorry.
sorry, Ben Lam, my question is, because it's called Christmas gift for us in Dallas, that's what it is known. So how do we kind of merge it? It should be a One Day Movement, and then under One Day Movement will be Christmas gift 2021.
Well, what is it going to be called in other cities? One Day Movement Orlando, One Day Movement, Miami, LA, is it just the One Day Movement dash city? Is that what it is in other cities, or do they have their own name?
That's a question.
Right. So if it's just One Day Movement dash city, then maybe we should change ours.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
perhaps-
it's gonna be One Day Movement Orlando, One Day Movement.
okay.
I was just warming up the coffee. Yeah, so it's One Day Movement.
Dallas.
Just like last year, it was One Day 2020, and we don't hold it. We don't hold them to a contract saying that. We just want them to be a part of the One Day Movement. They have some freedom within the fence. It's like being an owner operator of Chick-fil-A. Everybody's going to be closed on Sundays, but you do have some freedom. And but yeah, that's sort of the branding of it. Absolutely.
So what I'm saying is that if we are is a Christmas gift is what it's normally known as, but everything is rebranding and moving towards One Day Movement, then maybe
Right.
changes to One Day Movement Dallas, right? I mean, how important is it that we continue to call it Christmas? I don't really have the answer. I don't have the answer to that, but
I don't either. I think Christmas gift is what Susie's known for. And in Dallas, that's people know it, understand it. And it is always going to be the Saturday before Christmas. So a subcategory, you could say One Day Movement Orlando, Christmas gift. I don't know. So we'll work that piece of it out. But I think as far as just the thing that we're presenting to the country and the world is we want you to be a part of this One Day Movement where we show the good news of Christ all day by loving on the homeless. And then in the evening, we share the good news with this big evangelistic celebration. So we're always promoting two things. Number one, showing God's love during the day, and then in the evening, sharing the good news of the gospel. So that is what we're trying. We want people to say, hey, I love that idea. I want to be a part of it. Well, you could be a part of it by being a volunteer to the closest location that we're doing it, or a prayer warrior, or a church that wants to do a watching party to the celebration. So there'll be all these different ways to call to action. But the main thing is, hey, we want to be involved. Who do I contact? We contact Operation Care International. We call Mike, and then, we want to be a prayer partner church. Great, let's put you in. We want to actually do the outreach, and we're in Flint, Michigan. Great. Here's what then, so that's how I think we need to build it. And hey, we had 23 states participate in some fashion, 46 countries. It'll build. That wasn't a pandemic. So I think it'll build pretty
I
well.
personally think that if you want to streamline and make things super, super simple, that's, to make it easy for people to understand. I think this Christmas gift almost sounds like a separate
Yeah.
thing where in actuality it's under the banner of the one day 2020. It's a one day movement. It's almost as if it'd be simpler to also say Christmas gift is now under one day movement, right? It
Right.
lets people know that everything is part of one day.
What if you did it this way? If you're Ben, let's say you're the Orlando rescue mission, you say, I want to be a part of this. So you would be part of the one day movement, Christmas gift 2021, or Christmas gift 2022, or Christmas gift 2023. So the Christmas gift just adds the year that you're participating. I mean, that could be, so that it's still one day movement, but then right underneath it says Christmas gift and the year.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that we need to incorporate, yes, because if you just say it one day movement and there's no word of Christmas, nobody know what is one day movement. I mean, one day movement, it's been known all over. There's a lot of one day movement going on right now, actually, a lot. So we probably have to label it one day movement Christmas gift 2021, one day movement Christmas gift 2022, because it's a birthday party. The goal is to unite the world during Jesus' birthday. So it's Jesus' birthday celebrated on Christmas. So so probably the term Christmas needs to be incorporated with one day movement. So probably banner one day movement 2021 Christmas gift Dallas, or Christmas gift Orlando, Christmas gift, because they're giving gifts to their city. How about that? Christmas gift Dallas.
Yeah.
What do you think of that? Is that too much?
I think it's kind of a long. I mean, I know we're getting into marketing now. I don't know. We're kind of gearing off from just a technical conversation, but but anyways, we may need to have more conversations about this, because it is, to me, I think it sounds a little long, right? I think maybe one day Christmas movement. I don't know if we're like still having this, but one day Christmas movement might be good. Like you just merge it all together, but
let's do a separate. Let's do a separate
one
marketing
day Christmas
thing.
movement. Okay.
Yeah. For the purpose of this call, we just need to know it's the actual website is going to be one day movement underneath the OpCare page, and all of our marketing and strategy and all that. That's for another day. I think the big thing for Ben to hear, is and also Matthew and anyone that's building a website or updating a website, is that opcare.org is now the home page, and the one day movement is the subcategory to it. So that's really the main thing. And I will draw up, just like last year, 4 or 5 pages, and hopefully it'll be easier. And then we'll just decide what to do when we let go of one day 2020. I don't think I would let go of it right away, though. I think we still have a lot of, for instance, I'll just give you an example. Susie will be on TBN, there's potentially, thousands and thousands of people that could, as soon as they see her talking about this, go to any one of our sites, opcare.org, one day 2020, so we're going to be at the NRB playing videos, and all of that marketing is one day 2020, because that's what the name of our event was. So I think we got to phase that site out. Maybe we do that in the fall. That would be, but so those are things we could talk about. So I wouldn't kill one day 2020. I would just let's just build the one day movement into OpCare, and I think that's the call to action for today. And we will type up Ben Lamb. I will send you, before I send it to Ben, and what we did last year when we actually wrote out the pages and then took pictures of them and then sent it to Ben, and that's how he built. And that worked great. You guys did a phenomenal job. That site was great. I think we just had a little more confusion with, is Operation Care and one day the same thing? I ran into that so much. Matter of fact, people would say to me, "Hey, you're the director of One Day 2020, right, Mike? Is that what does that have to do with Operation Care?" There was really a lot of confusion that this was a separate entity. So we just learned from that, you know.
I have a question. So there's a lot of updates that needs to happen in opcare.org. And by the way, it needs to be updated kind of pretty soon, because I will be on TBN on a Thursday. We don't know if this is gonna be a live or recorded, and it's going to millions of households all over the world. And so they're gonna go to Operation Care. So right now, I think it's you, Ben Lam. Are you the one doing the updating on the website?
Yeah, I'm doing most of it. Sissy's doing a lot of it too. We're both kind of half and half at the moment.
Yeah. So what is the job of Benjamin moving the one day 2022 and to the umbrella of the Operation Care, and who will is the updating will be going to Ben Lam, or
Didn't you say that maybe Matthew, Ben would use Matthew to do some of the
if Ben
op
Lam?
care?
Yeah, well,
See,
right now,
remember,
yeah,
long term, yeah.
right now, Matthew Baker is doing all my book thing, because that's urgent right now. The book website is the urgent need because of the book. We're gonna be promoting it Thursday. Plus, we're promoting it in NRB in June. So there's I just went to our website. So there's different things, Ben. So what do you want me to do with the suggestions?
Go ahead, just well, I guess the first thing is I'm not quite sure what Matthew's availability is in order to work on Top Care. I mean, I think he's agreed to work with you on your personal website, your book website,
Yep.
right? And then also Benjamin has agreed to work on One Day 2020, him, Chris Fowler. So I'm open to anything. I'm just, you know, I've volunteered to work on the website, but any help that we can get, you know, I am more than more than happy to create user admin users, give access to whoever get access. I have no problem with that. I mean, obviously, I have a full-time job, so sometimes these updates they don't happen the same day. They may take like a couple of days or
sure.
sometimes even a week. So
Yeah.
and I realize that Top Care needs it quicker. So any help that we get would be awesome. Whatever
So
you need me to do, just let me know. I'm
yeah. So could
I'm
you
all
give to Matthew and Shelley the right to, and CC, yeah, CC is leaving very soon, in June 11. I don't know if she could even stay till June 11, because she's not feeling well sometimes, so pray for CC as well. And so between Matthew, you, and probably Shelley, Shelley is not really a web person, but she's willing to learn whatever it takes, because she's going to be our full time in the office. So I look at the website today. So there's quite some adjustment that needs to be done. So I will email it to you, Ben, Matthew, and Shelley. All of these suggestions and updating that needed to be done. And then so probably Ben, between what then you could take what you need, what you can do as soon as you can, uh, do it easier. And then Matthew, is that okay? And then you could just charge us, Matthew.
That sounds good. Happy to assist wherever needed. I think the biggest thing that we all just need to keep in mind is, and maybe I'm disqualifying myself by saying this, but I don't think we need too many cooks in the kitchen per se.
Right.
I don't want us to run into the issue where we're overriding each other's work or the roles aren't clearly defined. So just throwing that out there.
Yeah. So I agree. It needs to be like probably divide. So either Ben is the one leading it. So Ben, you have to tell us what you can do, and then
well, I think the biggest issue, for me is that I get a lot of requests that come in and say, "Hey, I need this, right now," or "I need this like first thing tomorrow morning," right? those kind of requests are very difficult for me because
Yeah, you can't do those. That's not the bit. Yeah, that's not the bin
the
roll.
time, yeah,
Yep.
the time frame, it becomes difficult. Or if it's a large project that I know I'm gonna have to, those are difficult as well. So if you know it, you need it like today, or you're going into a meeting. Like sometimes I've gotten that. Oh, Ben, I'm going into a meeting, and I'm like, okay, I'm at work, or I'm in a meeting, or I'm at dinner with my family, something like that, right? It's like
Mhm.
it becomes difficult for me to do those things. Uh, so if we have someone that like Matthew or even Benjamin or somebody that is a little bit more available, right? This is like their full-time job, the full-time thing, then I think that would be better for Operation Carry, because I do feel like I want to help, with those things, but I recognize that I'm not able
That's
to
good.
turn them out, turn them out
Yeah.
quickly enough.
Yeah, no, that's good. I think as we continue to grow, and we have been, that it's a different world than we were in even just 6 months ago, and that speed is going to actually escalate, not go the other way. So yeah, Ben, you're just a great board member who has an eye for this, that can help us with the overall big picture vision of what the site is, and go to you for wisdom. I think the practical updating, we got to go to Matthew over time, as soon as we can, and just pay him for updates. And you can help, but I think that's the way I would think about it. And then of course, having CC or Shelly to know how to do some quick updating for an emergency, that's fantastic too, so.
Yeah, so Ben, thank you for all the amazing work you have done. That's why we are
Yes.
calling on Matthew and Shelley. We're involving them because I know that your role has changed and that you could not really do anymore as and we don't want to do that. Like, hey Ben, we need it by tomorrow. No, I'm putting it today. What I have right now, there's no urgent. Just to let you know, I will be on TBN on Thursday. But we don't even know if that's even a live TV show. So I'm gonna put everything I have today, that what I saw in the website, and I will talk to Mike also. After this, me and Mike will talk about what I saw in the website that needs updating. And then I'm gonna email it to you, Matthew, Shelley, and
Yeah,
Cis,
just send it
all
to
of
me,
us.
Susie. Send it to me.
No, I'll send it to you, or
Yeah, send it to me too. Just copy me too when you send it to Matthew.
absolutely.
Okay.
Of course, you will always be there. You are.
Yeah.
What I mean is, between you and me, we need to talk first about this, and then after this, today, as of today, I'm just gonna email it and let them have it to see, and then whatever Matthew can do, or Ben. So actually, my thinking is really, it's up to you, Ben. I will. And then let them know what you will just pick, and then give it to Matthew and Shelley. And
Yeah, I mean,
Sissy.
I can do that. Yeah, I can coordinate that. So yeah, just
Yeah.
go ahead and send it to me, and I can help coordinate the process. Sure.
Yeah, and then whatever you can see also in the website that you think needs to be changed. But I just look at the website, I just studied it, and I have seen quite a lot of things that needed to be updated, from the leadership, board update, advisory, in the news, financials, by faith, commercial, book, Christmas gift 2021, Joseph Storehouse.
Yeah. So why don't you just let's send those changes over. I'm concerned about Ben and guys like that. You don't need to hear all of this stuff that we're talking about. We're going to send you the updates, and we'll do exactly what we did last year. And I think hopefully it'll be a little easier this year than it was last year.
Okay. So I think we are done. So Ben Lam, you are the most the one that would just let us know what you can do and what you cannot do. That's why this is a great thing that we have Matthew Baker that
Yes.
is willing, that got involved into this. The Lord have sent him to us. And then CC Shelley, being full-time, also is willing to help if she knows how to get inside and change. But then, as what Matthew Baker said, we don't want a lot of.
Yeah, we want one
mentioned it in the
person to
chat
sort of
window.
be the quarterback of it. And now I think that as we move on, it's Matthew, And with Ben's guidance, big picture guidance, big picture. Hey, by the way, Matthew, real quickly, tell these other guys on the phone what God's doing in your life real fast with you moving into this new role. And because they know a lot of people too, and some doors might open. Just tell them real briefly what you used to do and what you're doing now.
Okay, thanks, Mike. So I'm still in a day job, but I'm a software engineer at Lockheed Martin in Grand Prairie, building missiles. So that's kind of cool to say, but it's not really where my heart or my passion is. And I've always kind of had an interest in owning a business and working for myself, but doing something that is helping other people and using the skills I have in technology and communications and things like that to help people out. So last year I started a business, Baker Digital Strategies, just to help people build websites that really reflect their brand, because there's a lot of sites that look pretty, but they don't say anything about what somebody does or why somebody should work with them or engage with them if it's a nonprofit. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm in the process of trying to transition out of my day job. I happen to be in a critical role, and so it's kind of tough when if you leave, everybody else is going to be hanging, or they don't have anything left. That there's nobody that can replace me. So I'm trying to work with them and also kind of plan my exit strategy at the same time. So I've been blessed to a mutual friend referred me to Susie, and so it's been great to be working with her and Mike, and I look forward to completely overhauling her site and also helping with Operation Care stuff going forward. So thank you, Mike, for the little plug there.
Yeah, because Ben and all these guys, that's good. Just keep them in the back of your pocket for things that come up.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
Sure, Mike. Yeah.
So I hope that would help you, Ben Lamb, to think that you have another person and that will kind of help you along the way. And with Shelly, if you could help train, just the urgent need would be Shelly, like, things like that. But otherwise,
there's a lot of little things that are very, very simple, right? As long as it's not like I did it today or tomorrow. It's like a bit like updating pictures, just little things like Shelly can do that, or
yeah.
I can do that. But whole website redesign. That's probably like something that Matthew would probably, would be the guy for that.
Yeah. So, and also Benjamin is the one that probably more because of the one day they built the one day 2020. So they're willing to help us, and we are very grateful, Benjamin, for what you have done. You and Chris Kambala have been such an incredible help, volunteering the time given to Operation Care. So our hearts are grateful and very thankful to the Lord for your help to us. And
yes.
and all of this are moving forward because this is getting bigger, and only because it is a God directed vision of the one day movement. And so we wanted to do a better job, and we wanted to prepare ahead of time. And there are times that urgent. So Ben Lam, we'll try to avoid all those things in the coming days. Now that we have Shelly, and we have Matthew that could help, that will be help for you as well. Okay, so Mike Tyrone, anything else after this? Mike, could you and me talk, and then after that I could type this so I could send it to the people.
Sounds good. So the action items are really on our side. We will write up draw out the sites, the pages, and then if we could just put that on upcare.org, that's really it. And then Susie's changes on upcare, we'll look at them. We'll send them to you guys as well. And I think what's going to happen on the 3rd is they're going to tape Susie. But then I was thinking about 2 weeks from today, a lot of people could be looking at the site, because I think we'll be airing on TBN, and then at the NRB, the National Religious Broadcasters, starts on June 21st. So it would be great to have at least stuff updated by that point.
Yeah. That's good. So the goal is call to action. The goal is that, as what Mike said, on the 21st, that it will be ready to be out there, because TBN and NRB are both massive number of people are going to hear about Operation Care. So anyway, Mike, any other, Shelly, do you have any questions, Shelly? Shelly is on the line. She's our a new office manager as of tomorrow. Cece is still there, but she's gonna give her job, and Shelly will be trained as of tomorrow, June 1st. She's starting as a full-time office manager. So Shelly will be also your future after Cece leaves on June 11. Any question, you all? Any question? Oh, Shelly, do you have anything to say? Shelly, tell them what you can do on this website.
Hi, I can copy, edit, and proofread text material. When I'm taught how to move some elements, then I'll be able to do that. I don't know if I'm using the right term. But right now, all I can do is copy, edit, and proofread. And then I'll send my email to everyone in case they don't have it already. Thank you.
Yeah. By the way, Shelly is an author and also an editor. So she edits all our stuff, and then Mike writes the content. And so we have also a videographer that could do videos for us. So it looks like the Lord is forming this team and making it a much bigger team that could really execute great work for the Lord. This is all about Jesus. Everything we do is all pointing to the cross. So Mike, could you lead us in prayer, please? Thank you, guys.
Yes, thank you, guys. Lord, we appreciate everybody's heart to come in on Memorial Day, and Lord, we always remember the great sacrifice that you made on a day that we're thinking about people and sacrifice and freedom, because you've given us the ultimate freedom. Thank you for the forgiveness of sins, and thank you that we are forgiven people that are your children now. So thank you for your grace, Lord. We thank you for today, everybody being on. And we just pray that you would continue to bless all of them, especially their as they step out in faith. And thinking of Matthew and his new wanting to use his gifts for your kingdom. Lord, bless that heart to do that. But thank you for Ben Lamb, who's so busy with family, Bible studies, all these things. Yet he wants to contribute to what you're doing in and through Operation Care International. Thank you. Bless, just honor his heart to. In his Matthew 6:33 mindset to want to be a part of this. And Lord, then we also pray for Ben. Thank you for Azion and Chris Kambala for their hearts to build an entire site and donate their gifts and services. I pray they get back times 10 anything that any gifts they've brought to you. So we just thank you for these wonderful people and for the patience they have putting up with people like us. And Lord, thank you. We just pray that you will continue to bless Operation Care, open doors. And we just want to do what you want us to do. So help us take one step at a time by faith. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, guys.
All right,
Happy
guys.
Memorial Day. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Take
Happy
care.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
God bless. Talk to y'all later.
Bye-bye.